Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Karen, and if you're new here, I am a micro influencer on Instagram, and I also post content here on YouTube, mainly about multi-level marketing, direct selling, pyramid schemes, scams, however you want to call them, awareness, informing people about the benefits and disadvantages about these business strategies. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. So last time we had a very interesting conversation. We discussed the true story, the true experience of John M. Taylor, who is very known by the FTC because of his large research and his large study about multi-level marketing companies. And he also, at some point in his life, he also joined a multi-level marketing company. And so we went over why is it important that we know and study these companies so you are more informed, so that you can make more and better informative decisions. And it was pretty interesting, the things we find out. If you haven't watched that video, go back to watch it because it's super interesting. You may get bored a little bit, but it's still super interesting. As you may remember, I am here to do research because it makes no sense for you to talk about something if you don't know where it comes from and if it's actually a fact. So I am not here to talk about from anywhere without telling you where it's coming from. Like, I am trying to do research. I am trying to inform you based on actual facts. They're always linked down below on my videos, and you are more than welcome to always click on them and read it for your own benefit, for your own, in your own time. They're very, very interesting. So the study or the book that we analyzed last time was published in 2011, and I know it makes no sense. We're in 2020. Why are you analyzing things, research studies that were done almost 10 years ago? Well, to answer that question, we do have we do have recent studies about multi-level marketing companies, and today we're going to analyze one of those, and this one is from 2018. And just because it takes time to study, to research, to come up with real facts about multi-level marketing companies, I am pretty sure that in a year or two from now there's going to be another study done here in 2020, because like I've mentioned before, multi-level marketing companies are overtaking social media, and I'm pretty sure there's at least somebody out there who is doing studies and research on all this craziness, because it's too much. So for now in 2020, all we have, the most recent study, the most recent research that I can find is one from 2018. It was very detailed. I loved it. It has a lot of great graphics, and we're going to go over it today. And basically, this study was done by the AARP. Do not ask me why the AARP is doing research on multi-level marketing companies. That was very weird at the beginning. I'm like, does AARP stands for something else that I don't know about? But it's actually the real AARP. They did this study in 2018. They published it, and the name of the study is called AARP Study of Multi-Level Marketing, Profile on Participants and Their Experiences in Direct Sales, published in 2018, sponsored by the AARP Foundation. So I'm going to be using my iPad here because I've made a lot of notes, and I have to reference from a lot of the graphics that are here. I'm going to be putting them up in the video as well for you to see. But basically, we're going to use this study, this research, to answer the question as to what kind of people join MLM businesses, because we've seen on social media how different groups of people join MLMs. A lot of people like to make assumptions that only women join MLMs. The vast majority are women that join MLMs. Like, you don't see a lot of guys, or a lot of people who join MLM are old people, or young people, or people who've never been to college, or people who've never been employed before, people who like to be liberal and don't like to be attached to a boss. We're going to answer a few questions as to what kind of people and at what stage in their lives they join MLM companies. And that's very important, so that we're not going out there saying crazy things without knowing the real facts, without backing our information on some study that has been done. Okay, so let's begin. I just want to give you a little bit of background as to what this study addresses. And it basically says this report addresses 2 research questions. The first one is identify the percentage and demographic characteristics of American adults who have participated in MLMs during their lifetimes. And number 2, understand why participants join MLMs and how well they do financially as a result of that participation. The answers to these research questions will inform efforts to educate consumers about the potential advantages and pitfalls of MLM participation. When I read this description about the study, I'm like, this is my jam. This is exactly why I'm putting multi-level marketing content here on YouTube, because this is exactly why I want to inform people about. I want people to know, like it says here, potential advantages and pitfalls. I'm always going to tell you what the advantages and pitfalls or disadvantages are of multi-level marketing companies, because people join MLMs for so many different reasons, and we always have to be respectful and understandable as to why people join these MLMs. But at the same time, I do feel the social responsibility to tell people that it's not all great. It's not this magical thing that happens in your life that changes you 100%, that you think is going to be the greatest thing, that you think you're going to become a millionaire off of it. So, this study is going to help us. It's just too on point, and it's going to help us determine what kind of people and at what stages in their life and how well financially they do before, within, and after they join the MLM. So let's dig in. Basically, the study was done survey based, meaning they gave a survey to a certain amount of people, I think a little bit over 1,000 people, in which they reported that 601 people said they have participated in MLM companies, and 415 said they've never joined an MLM before. So the questions on the survey that were given to these 1,000 something people were questions about basic demographic, like your age, if you're married, what's your income, stuff like that. And those questions are going to help us determine the percentage of people in these various categories that we're going to analyze. So these statistics are going to help us determine what kind of people and why people join MLM companies. And so let's analyze some of them. So the first one we're going to analyze is ethnicity. So as you can see on the table, the majority of people who said they have participated in MLMs are non-Hispanic white people. And at the same time, the majority of people who've never participated in MLM companies are also non-white Hispanic people. And you might ask yourself, how is this possible? How is it possible that in both categories, non-Hispanic white people are the majority of people? Well, that's probably because in the 1,000 and something group of people that they gave the survey to, the vast majority were non-Hispanic white. That's the only explanation that we could have. Otherwise, there will be larger numbers for the blacks in the Hispanic category. So moving on to category number 2, which is education. So education, as you can see on the table, the majority of people who have participated in MLM companies before has some college. And when a survey says some college, it means that people have either accomplished an associate's degree or they were college dropouts. So we can deduct from this study from 2018 that the majority of people who they surveyed who had joined MLM companies are people who had a little bit of college. And this, if you think about it, this kind of makes sense, because people, like, it's college is really overwhelming. You have to have this right state of mind. Like you have to really trust that once you graduate, you are going to find a job. And some people get hired, some people drop out because they're like, okay, maybe this is not for me. I need to find something that's gonna get me money quicker. So they join MLM companies, they drop out of college, join these MLM companies thinking that they're gonna make money fast, and This is why we have 37% of MLM participants who the majority said they had some college education. Let's move on to category number 2, which is marital status. So according to the table here, you can clearly see right away that the biggest percentage of people who have joined MLMs in their lifetimes have been people who are married or living with their partner. And the same is true for people who never join MLMs. And again, like I've mentioned before, how is this possible that the majority of people that are married or living with their partners have joined MLMs and at the same time not joined MLMs? Well, probably because the majority of people who were surveyed on this survey were people who were married or living with boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. So yeah. So moving on to the next category, which is employment status. So if you can see in the table, the majority of people who have joined MLMs were people who were actually working and getting paid as employees. When he says getting paid as employees, meaning they were employed and getting paid as a W-2, meaning they had a steady income, not 1099, not being a contractor like these MLM people. So, and at the same time, people who had never joined MLMs is 49%, and they were also working as paid employees. So again, we can deduct the same thing, that the majority of people who were surveyed were people who were working and were getting paid as employees, and 55% of those people joined an MLM company probably as a side hustle, and 49% of those people said, I don't want to. So next category is household income. So from the people that were surveyed, the vast majority, or the greatest majority, 44%, were people who were earning $50,000 to $99,000. And people who've never joined MLMs, you can see that the highest percentage is 35% of people who were earning $0, who were not working at all, or making up to $49,000 a year. So this kind of makes sense, because if you earn between $50,000 and $99,000 in 1 year and you join an MLM, it's probably because you're not satisfied with the money that you're earning, even though you're earning decent income. You join an MLM as a side hustle. But on the other side, the 35% of people who've never joined MLM are people who earn no money or earn up to $49,000. It is pretty obvious why they've never joined an MLM, because they simply just don't have money. They're probably living paycheck to paycheck. So you don't have money to be throwing it out in an MLM. So this really makes sense to me. And to be honest, I live here in New York City, and if you don't earn at least $50,000 in 1 year, you cannot afford to live in New York City. You cannot afford to have a decent life in New York City, because let me tell you, rent is not cheap here. It is not cheap. So if you live in New York City and you're throwing your money away in an MLM, yeah, prepare to get evicted probably. I don't know, because it's not gonna be something you're gonna be successful at. Okay, so moving on to the next category, as you can see in the table, we're going to see the average amount of people that join MLMs at which period in their lifetime, like at what age. And as you can see in the table, the highest percentage is 45%, and it's under the age of 20 years old and 29 years old. So basically, the majority of people who join MLMs are people who are basically like at their peak of their youth, and you know, it's the period of time in your life when you're trying to build something that. So basically, the ages of 20 and 29 is the age period in your lifetime when you're trying to build something that you're going to probably live off of in your retirement years. In this period of time, people usually hustle so much to be successful, to get something for themselves, to get something for their family, to build their empire. So it makes sense that people do join MLMs in between these ages, because that's when people are trying to hustle and basically make a life out of themselves. So yeah, it makes sense. Moving on to the next category. Now we're only going to focus for this question. We're only going to focus on the people that did join MLMs. The 601 people that reported on the survey that they have joined at least one MLM in their lifetime. And out of the whole population, the whole 601 people, according to this chart, this pie chart that you see here, 52% of those people say they have only joined MLM one time. They have been in one MLM in their lifetime. 31% they said that they have been in 2 MLMs, and 10% said they have been in 3 MLMs, and so forth and so on. If you've been in 4, 5, or 6 MLMs, that's crazy. Like, have you not learned your lesson? Like, if you've been in 2 MLMs, I kind of get it, because probably when you joined the first MLM, you thought you were going to be successful, and you're like, maybe that's not for me, and you join a second one to see if you're going to make money or be more successful, and then you realize, hey, it's the same thing, I'm quitting. I get it. But if you join 3 MLMs, 4, 5, 6, something's wrong with you. Check yourself. My God. Okay, so moving on to the next category, and here we're going to we're going to analyze something that I've talked about before, and we're still with the group of people that said they have joined MLMs. And out of those 601 people in the survey that said that they had joined MLM companies before, we're going to see how they were recruited into joining the company, the MLM company. And we're going to see, according on the chart that you see here, you can see the top three reasons as to how people ended up in MLM companies is because 34% of them said they were recruited by a friend. Haven't I talked about that before? Like, how your friends and your family are going to be the first one in encouraging you to join MLM companies? Well, here it is. 34% out of those 601 people said that their friend told them to join the MLM. Now, then 12% of those people said they were recruited by their coworker. That's pretty interesting. I hope none of my coworkers tell me to join an MLM, because that's going to be a little bit weirder than my friend or my family, because I have to go to work every day. So yeah. And third, 9% of people said they were recruited into an MLM because of their neighbors. So be careful with who lives next to you and if they're in an MLM, because they're probably not gonna knock on your door and tell you, hey, would you like to buy my products? Or hey, would you like to join my team or my business? So be prepared. Okay, next category, we're going to focus on another group of people. In the survey, there were 180 people who did not join MLMs, 180 people who declined to join an MLM when they were offered the opportunity to join. And we're going to analyze, as you can see in the chart, the top 3 reasons as to why they said they declined is because 60% of those people said, I thought the business was a scam. I congratulate you for declining an MLM offer if you gave them the reason that you thought it was a scam, because it really is. Only 1% of people are successful in MLM, so it is a scam. 54% of those people said don't like selling things. And I find this to be one of the top reasons as to why people decline MLM offers, is because you have to become a salesperson. And if it's not your personality to say, hey, look at this cup of coffee, would you like to try? And you have to convince and instigate and constantly harass people to sell them this cup of coffee. If it's not your personality to do that every day, then an MLM opportunity is not for you. They say they're going to train you. They say they're going to give you materials. They say they're going to coach you, that you're going to be in a team where you can learn from people who have been doing it successfully for many, many years. But still, if it's not your personality to sell something to someone, you're never going to be successful, because that's not part of who you are. And so I really congratulate these 54% of people who said, I don't like selling things, so leave me alone. Gosh. Now, the third 42% of people here said commission structure benefited those at the top. And this is true. Because if you have to recruit people so that you can earn money, and if you earn money, the people on top of you earns money, and so on and so forth, then yes, this is true. The commission is structured in a way that only the people at the top are benefited. Nobody else. So while the people at the bottom are losing money, the people at the top are going on vacation every 2 weeks, buying luxury apartments, luxury cars, luxury everything, while you're struggling at the bottom. Is that what you want? Ask yourself that question. Moving on to the next category that we're going to analyze is average hours of work that people who join MLMs work per week. And this is something I've touched a little before in one of my previous videos. I've mentioned how when you're pitched with the idea of joining an MLM, they tell you, you're gonna work from your home, you're gonna work from your phone, and you only have to invest a few hours during the day because it's a side hustle, and it's very easy. What you have to do when your responsibilities, you only have to do 1, 2, 3. That's done really quickly, and then you have the rest of the day off to take care of your kid, take care of your house, do some errands, go to the gym, and do all these crazy things that you basically have had no time to do before, and now if you join the MLM, you're gonna have time to do. So according to this chart here, it says that out of the 552 people who have joined MLMs before, the people who broke even, the blue bar, broke even means you didn't make money, but you also didn't lose any money. So you basically stay neutral. You didn't lose any money, and you didn't earn any money. So those kind of people that broke even, the average amount of hours that they had to put per week was 14 hours. So 14 hours divided by 7 days of the week, we're talking about 2 hours on average per day. So if I join an MLM and I work 2 hours a week on the MLM company, that means I'm never going to make any money, but I'm also not going to lose any money. But that's not the point of the MLM. The point of the MLM is for you to make your initial investment and multiply that investment so that you can make money, because the whole point of the MLM is to make money, right? Okay. Now, if you go to the green bar all the way to the right, people who made $10,000 up to $24,000 in an MLM company had to work on average 23 hours per week. 23 hours per week. So basically, if you are trying to make this amount of money in an MLM, you must know that you have to work 23 hours a week. That's a part-time job. 23 hours a week is a part-time job. And I thought MLMs were supposed to be side hustles. So what happened to that? I don't know. Now, if you go to the bar all the way to the left, the red bar, people who lost between $10,000 and $24,000 work 21 hours a week. So if you're in an MLM and you're working 21 hours a week, you're probably gonna lose $10,000 to $24,000. So do you see a similarity between the red bar on the left and the green bar on the right? There's not much different the amount of time that these people work. One of them works 21 hours a week, the other one works 23 hours a week, and one can lose $10,000 to $24,000, while the other one can potentially make $10,000 to $24,000. So this makes really no sense. When you're pitched with the MLM opportunity, they tell you that, you're going to be successful in the MLM as long as you put in the effort. But what happened to these people on the red bar that lost $10,000 and they work almost the same amount of hours a week as somebody who did make $10,000? So it's not about the effort that you put in an MLM. And I want to make that very clear. When people tell you, oh, you didn't succeed in the MLM because you didn't put enough hours in the week to work on it, like, that's not true. It's not about the effort that you put in the MLM that's going to make you successful. It's about the people that are willing to join your team, because you have to recruit. And if you don't recruit, you're not going to make any money. So if I pitch you an MLM opportunity and you tell me, no, I don't want to join your company, then what am I going to do? Put a gun in your head and tell you, hey, if you don't accept the MLM company, I'm going to kill you right now? No, it's not about the effort that you put into the MLM. It's about the people that you recruit and how willing are they to accept the MLM offer. Because at the end of the day, your income is based on the people that you recruit on your team, on your downline. So this whole idea of, oh, you didn't succeed in the MLM because you didn't put enough effort is not true. Do not believe that. Do not let people brainwash you that way. That is not true. And this chart right here proves that. Proves that. Okay? Show it to your friends, show it to your family member, show it to your neighbor, your coworker that is trying to recruit you in MLM and is telling you that, oh, you just have to put in the effort. No, it's not about the effort, because clearly here somebody worked 23 hours a week and they were able to make a profit, while somebody who worked 21 hours a week lost all their money. So no, it's not about that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting heated here. I am sorry. I'm getting carried on. It's because these MLM recruiters and distributors are trying to find every single way possible to be so insistent and convince you to join the MLM that sometimes they're not thinking. They think you're stupid. Don't be stupid. Come to my channel and inform yourself about these facts, and you will see that they are the stupid ones, not you. They are. Okay, so moving on to the next category that we're going to analyze, and is, as you can see in the chart, we're going to analyze the percentage of people who lost money, broke even, or even made a profit. So out of the 601 people that in the survey said that they had joined at least one MLM company in their lifetime, you can see that 47% of those people lost money. 27% of those people broke even, which means that they didn't make any money, but they also didn't lose any money. And 24% of those people made a profit. So as you can see in the chart, the people who made a profit is the smallest percentage of the entire population that were surveyed. Which proves that it's true that 99% of people are going to fail in an MLM. And only 1% of people are going to be successful. And this chart proves that out of the 601 people that had joined a MLM company, only 24% of those people made a profit, while everyone else either made no money or lost a lot of money. That's very cruel. Very, very cruel. I don't know how else I have to explain it to you, how else I have to put it out there for people to understand that an MLM opportunity is not something that is guaranteed that you're going to be successful at. If you want to make sure that you're going to get money and get paid for the work that you do, go work at a company that hires you as an employee, where you get a W-2 at the end of the year. Because you're going to be guaranteed a fixed amount of money every week or every 2 weeks. In MLMs, you don't know what amount of money you're going to get paid every week. It's not steady. It depends on the people that are on your team. And if your team is actually hustling to be successful as well. So if your downline is slacking, is not taking the business serious, you're not going to make any money, because you have to depend on your downline to make money. So if that's something that you want to risk yourself and join an MLM and see if it's going to work out for you, you're more than welcome to do so. But if you ask me personally if you should join, I will tell you no. Do not do it. It's a lot of risk. You're going to lose money, and you are going to feel embarrassed, and you're going to feel ashamed, and you're going to feel you're going to have this weird sensation of failure in your life. And you're going to wish you had never joined that MLM. So all I can do is show you facts, inform you, tell you not to do it. But if you still want to go ahead and do it anyways, it's your choice. To each their own, right? I just want to close this video by saying that as an economics student, I wanted to share some good MLM statistics with you guys so that you can have proof that there have been studies done about multi-level marketing companies, and for you to have numbers associated with the things that I say here, because it doesn't mean anything if I just talk and not show you where my talking is coming from. And it's important for me to show you the numbers because the numbers don't lie. I believe that the numbers don't lie. And the research and the numbers are important because they are the only ones that can tell you the truth about multi-level marketing company. If you go out there and you DM somebody who is at the top 1% of an MLM company and you ask them, hey, how much do you make in a year? They're not going to tell you because they can't tell you. The company doesn't allow them to tell you. And also because if they tell you, there's going to be a high chance that you're not going to join because the truth is going to come out. So how else can we go about and find out the real truth about multi-level marketing companies? Doing research and believing in the numbers. The numbers do not lie. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in here with me today. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe as well. It will mean the world to me if you do. And I will see you guys in my next video.